All pilots should use the local altimeter setting because it provides answer data to enable better vertical separation of aircraft. Why is it important to have the correct altimeter setting? It allows the altimeter to read answer true altitude at field elevation. Pressure altitude is the altitude read on your altimeter when the instrument is set to 29.92 and indicates your height above. Answer the standard datum plane. Refer to figure 7.8. When eastbound on Victor 86 between Whitehall and Livingston, the minimum altitude that you should cross BZN is answer 10,200 feet. If you adjust the altimeter from 30.11 inches of mercury to 29.96 inches of mercury, the indicated altitude will be 150 feet lower. When turning onto a taxiway from another taxiway, the taxiway direction sign indicates answer designation and direction of taxiway leading out of an intersection. Mandatory airport instruction signs are designated by having answer white lettering with a red background. Refer to figure 94. What colors are runway holding position signs? Answer white with red background. Which condition is guaranteed for all of the following altitude limits? MAA, MCA, MRA, MOCA, and MEA, non mountainous areas. Answer 1,000-foot obstacle clearance. While on an IFR flight, a pilot has an emergency which causes a deviation from an ATC clearance. What action must be taken? Notify ATC of the deviation as soon as possible and obtain an amended ATC clearance. At what point should the timing begin for the first leg outbound in a non-standard holding pattern? Answer: when over or abeam the holding fix, whichever occurs later. You are in a civil turbojet aircraft holding above 14,000 feet MSL. What is the maximum permitted airspeed? Answer: 265 knots. What obstacle clearance and navigational signal coverage is a pilot assured with the minimum sector altitudes depicted on an IAP chart? Answer: 1,000 feet within 25 nautical radius of the navigation facility, but not acceptable navigation signal coverage. Descending from FL 350 to an approximate field elevation of 650 MSL, you fail to set the altimeter to 30.57. Upon landing, your altimeter shows answer sea level. En route to flight level 290, the altimeter is set correctly, but you fail to reset it to the local altimeter setting of 30.26 inches of mercury. During descent, what will the altimeter indicate after landing at sea level airport? Answer: below. Why is hypoxia particularly dangerous during flights with one pilot? Answer: may cause hard to recognize symptoms. Departure control has instructed you to resume own navigation. after being vectored to a Victor airway? You should answer maintain airway by use of your own navigation equipment. Upon intercepting the assigned radio, the controller advises you to resume own navigation. This phrase means that answer resume operations as filed or cleared. What is the definition of MEA? Answer: the lowest published altitude which meets obstacle clearance requirements and assures acceptable navigational signal coverage. The altitude that provides acceptable navigation signal coverage for the route and meets the obstacle clearance requirements is the minimum answer en route altitude. For no MCA, if no MCA is specified, what is the lowest altitude for crossing a radio fix beyond which a higher minimum applies? Answer: the MEA at which the fix is approached. If you are flying at a minimum general or minimal obstruction clearance altitude, MOCA, how far from the VOR is acceptable navigational signal coverage assured? Answer: 22 nautical miles. Refer to figure 65. You are flying east on Victor 552 from the LFT to the TBD vortex. Which point would be the appropriate VOR COP? Answer: 34 DME from the left LFT vortex. For the figure 87, where is the VOR COP when flying east of Victor 306 from DZ to Lake Charles? Answer: 30 nautical miles east of DAS. For the figure 87, where is the VOR changeover point on Victor 20 between Beaumont and Hobby? Answer: halfway point. For the figure 89, when flying from Milford Municipal to Bryce Canyon via 235 and V293, what minimum altitude should you be at when crossing the Cedar City VOR? Answer: 12,000 feet. For the figure 91, what is the function of the Great Falls ROC, Yellowstone vicinity? Answer: remote communication outlet for Great Falls FSS. Refer to figure 91. What is the minimum altitude you should be flying at SABAT intersection when eastbound from DBS Vortex on V298? Answer: 11,100. For the figure 904, en route on V468 from BTG Vortac to YKM Vortac, the minimum en route altitude at Trotz intersection is 1,500 feet. For the figure 160, what is the TDZE for runway 16L at Eugene Malone Sweetfield? Answer 369 feet MSL. For the figure 210, which runway and landing environment lighting is available for approach and landing on runway 6 at Brady International? Answer ALF2 and HIRL. When exiting the runway exit sign indicates the answer direction to turn exit runway onto named taxiway. Within aircraft movement areas, designation signs identify the answer direction to specified destinations. While maintaining a constant standard rate turn, an abrupt head movement may cause answer Coriolis effect. Pilot fatigue is hazardous because answer judgment may be impaired. Autopilot during cruise flight in icy conditions should be answer periodically disengaged and the airplane manually controlled. For the figure 176, 176A, and 177, what is the difference in elevation in feet MSL between the airport elevation and the THRE for runway 36L? Answer 25 feet. Flight director autopilot disconnect can occur due to answer mode changes during transition or capture. When should a pilot state their position on the airport when calling the tower? Answer takeoff from the runway intersection. In an aircraft equipped with electronic flight display, a failure is usually signified by answer a bold red X over the display. For the figure 158, winds are reported at 330 degrees at 4 knots. You are given instructions to taxi to runway 04. For departure, to expect takeoff after an airliner on runway 29. What effect would you expect from the airliner's vortices? Answer: the upwind vortex would tend to remain over the runway. During descent from FL 290, you failed to reset the altimeter to local settings of 30.26 during the approach minimums. This oversight results in a missed approach because the altimeter reads answer 340 feet below true altitude. For the figure 259, illustration E, the sign indicates your taxiway location. What airspace is designed to separate certain military training activities and IFR traffic? MOA. There are two types of emergency conditions. Which of these represent an urgency condition? Answer: after deviating for poor weather, you are concerned you will not have enough fuel to reach your destination. You're en route at 9,000 MSL on an IFR flight plan. What is the most appropriate source for obtaining the altimeter setting? Answer: use the setting obtained from a reporting station within 100 nautical miles or NM of your aircraft. What is the primary benefits of satellite-based area navigation, RNAV? Answer: GNSS can generate direct courses that suit operational requirements for almost any flight. Refer to figure 254. The top sign, the no entry sign, identifies. Answer: a paved area where aircraft entry is prohibited. What action should be taken if you encounter an in-flight anomaly with an installed GPS during en-route navigation? Answer: inform ATC immediately. ATC has cleared you on a course and deleted your airspeed restriction. You begin a level turn while the aircraft is accelerating. Which bank correction is necessary in order to maintain standard rate turn? Answer: increase angle of bank or increase bank angle. Answer: increase bank angle. Refer to figure 193. What procedure should you follow to form a ground VOR receiver check at Alice International Airport? Position the aircraft on the taxiway near the FBO. Tune the VOR receiver to 14.5 megahertz and set the OBS to 272. Answer: the OBS must center within plus or minus with a from indication. If a VFR on top clearance allows the pilot to. Answer: select an altitude in lieu of an assigned altitude. At a constant indicated altitude and a constant power, the outside air temperature becomes warmer than standard. True airspeed will, answer, increase. You have experienced icy condition on descent and have activated the de-icing boots. What should you do? Answer: land with minimal or no flaps according to the AFM. Eye movement radiating out and back to selected instruments is known as the. Answer: selective radial scan. Refer to figure 252. Due to a runway closure at your destination airport, you divert to your alternate OSH. What decision altitude would you apply to the ILS runway 36 approach at Oshkosh Whitman Regional Osh? Answer: decision altitude 1008 feet MSL. Failure to maintain a heading may be result of. Answer: fixation during cross-check. ATC issues an amendment to your IFR clearance. Your readback should include. Answer: any changes to altitude or heading and any additional verification. Refer to figure 158. You are given instructions to line up and wait on runway 4 while an airliner departs from runway 11. Winds are reported as 30 degrees at 5 knots. What effect would you expect from the airliner vortices? Answer: the upwind vortex will tend to remain over the runway. You must comply with MEA on Federal Airways because it assures. Answer: acceptable navigation signal coverage and obstacle clearance between the fixes. When used to indicate the runway exit, a direction sign is positioned Answer: on the same side of the runway as the exit. Pilots first learning to utilize the trend indicators on the primary flight display, PFD. Answer: tend to fixate and attempt to hold airspeed to an unnecessary tight tolerance. When you endorse a student for their instrument rating, practical tests, specific knowledge, flight proficiencies, aeronautical experience, and endorsement requirements are found in Answer: 14 CFR 61.65. EFVS use may include Answer: operations down to and including touchdown and rollout. If your VOR receiver fails in flight, which action should you take? Answer: inform ATC as soon as practicable. Which indication on a 3-bar VASI shows you are on the lower glide path? Answer: the near bar is white and the far two bars are red.